I want to cover several non-related things. First, we'll talk about scams. Now, one lady was either Avery After Dark or Haley Reese or one of about three other chicks that do very, very similar content, but this particular one was being scammed. Someone had sent her a text or email or something saying that it was totally BS, but saying that they had video of her, watching porn and stuff, and she said, well, first she has her cameras, on her devices covered, but mine, I run Linux Mint, and Linux just does not work with the cameras on my laptop. I've never used them. So if anybody, somebody had sent me this was years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Somebody said, I think it was an SMS message, but they said it, if I didn't send them money, they was going to lock up my computer. Now, I do several things. I don't keep anything on my hard drive. I save everything, on separate USB drives. And if somebody ever locked it up, I'd run kill disk on the hard drive and reload Linux Mint. That's all I do. What I did, they kept telling me to shut up, and I said, well, you shut up. Tell me what operating system. I've covered this 3 or 4 times, but I said, tell me what operating system. I'm not going to talk to you. This went back and forth 3 or 4 times over maybe half an hour or something, and finally they said you're running Windows 8, which of course I don't know if I ever told them I'm not a Windows user, but they kind of gave up. But it's never happened to me, but apparently older people, will get, say that, it's one of their grandchildren that, needs money. They need to have money sent by Bitcoin or something, because they got in trouble. Now, if you're an older person and someone you think might be your relative, now make up family members. Let's say you've got, let's say your granddaughter's called Elizabeth. You say, no, I didn't know. You say, I didn't know I had a granddaughter named Elizabeth, but are you little Susie? Are you Jack or Fred or something? I make up family members you don't have, and then make up stories about again. Say I thought your sister was in the Peace Corps, over in Africa somewhere, or I thought your brother was stationed with NATO forces in Germany somewhere. Make up stories and just ask how they're doing. I said, have you heard from them? And when they respond, you say, this is a scam. But I'm just saying that's how you address that. But because I had someone was actually on a chat room somewhere. Someone had said they were in Africa somewhere, needed bus money to get home. So I just told them, I said, hey, I can't help you out. But the second non-related thing, what about the moon landing? I've covered it several times before, but the moon landing wasn't faked. I tell you why. If you remember back in the 60s, we were in a space race with the USSR, the Soviet Union. Now, there's something called radio direction track, or RDF. You can use 2 antennas at a distance and triangulate. You can tell where signal's coming from. Now, the Russians knew the frequencies that NASA was using. They could easily triangulate, and I'm sure they tapped into that signal. And if it wasn't coming from the surface of the moon, they would have been all over it. They would have said, hey, the Americans faked this. One of the Apollo missions, I don't remember, I think it was Apollo 15 or something, where they accidentally pointed the camera toward the sun and it burned out the video imaging tube. All you get is this weird image. I don't remember which one that was, but it was one of them. And why would you fake that? Why would you fake accidentally burning out a video camera? And there's 2 or 3 things you can come up with, but we went to the moon. That was real. But I said the next thing I want to cover. Now, it's here in Arizona back in the late 1800s. Now, people kept saying this 4-legged creature they thought was a monster, and they thought the devil was riding it. And they'd see this red-haired, demon beast, and this went on for maybe about 5 or 10 years. People would, actually think the devil was after him because there was this, the devil was riding this. But what it turned out to, whether this one guy, somewhere in eastern Arizona, kept hearing these stories, and he said, if I ever see it, I'm going to shoot it. And and one morning, this 4-legged demon with the devil riding it showed up in his turnip patch. And this guy pulled out his rifle, and sure enough, he shot it. Turned out to be a camel. And back in the because the Army used the camels back at that time for transport heavy loads, and when they were done with them, they just turned them loose, and they ran wild here in the desert for a long time. But this was a camel. What the deal was, the rider, sometimes the roads were real rough, and to stay on, the camel would give them a real rough ride to stay on. They would rope themselves into the saddle, but this guy had died, and the camel went wild, and for years this guy was kind of rotting on the back of it. The people saw this corpse, but thinking it was the devil because it was so grotesque looking. But that's a very interesting piece of Arizona history. This is the next thing. Now, make sure this. I've got an unabridged dictionary of the English language. If I can, let me just point you toward here. You can see that word Webster's. I think it's out there. If you don't know, unabridged means it's got the naughty words in there. There's 4 or 5 naughty words in English. Now, I can see that. I think you can see that there, but see that's probably about 10,000 pages thick there. But so it's got plenty of words other than naughty words. But about 3 or 4 years ago, when I first started my YouTube channel, I got away from it. But I was kind of doing ASMR videos just to see if I wasn't very good at it, but I did 2 or 3 ASMR videos from the unabridged dictionary. Probably most people here watching my videos probably haven't watched them, but hey, send me a either email me or send me, text on this video. Send me if you want me to make another ASMR video, and I'll try my hand at it again. I don't know how good I'll be at it, doing an ASMR video of unabridged words, but let me know. And the last thing on one of my now someone will go to the videos. They're very specific videos I made. They're quite a number of months or maybe a year or so back of an individual saying this individual isn't watching my videos, and now she watches my videos. She watches my videos, deep down. She knows who she is. She's one of about 4 different chicks, but deep down she's got this fantasy, and whether we'll actually meet up or not and fulfill that fantasy. But if we met up, I could fulfill her fantasies. Whether we could make good life-term partners for each other, I couldn't tell you that. But I can certainly fulfill 1 or 2 fantasies for her if she wants to meet up. And or we could go hike a mountain or, visit a museum or something. One or the other. I don't know. Love you all. Bye-bye.